Schneier, first serve is a tough one. Drop serve by Roth. And Hendrix gets on the board here. Roth coming in fourth on their team with 11 aces. They're up 1-0 here. Roth, her second serve. This one's a little deeper. Schneier handles it easily. Phillips is going to go to the back line set to Alfonso. Handled by Hendrix. Nice block by Bassett and Schneier, but it's tight to the net, and Sendoya makes a diving attempt, can't come up with it, and Hendrix goes up 2-0. Roth, her third, right at Schneier again, handled. Phillips is going to go to Rosenthal in the middle, blocked, but handled by Rosenthal. Phillips is going to go to Sendoya, who's going to free ball it over. Hendrix, quick set, tipped. House comes up with the dink, tipped by Bassett. Schneier can't come up with it, and Hendrix now goes up 3-0. Roth shifts her serving spot to the left side now after serving the first three from the right. This one is going to go long. Schneier thought about it, saw that it was flying long. It's going to be a side out and a point for Oglethorpe. And Jackie Schneier now will serve, down 3-1 here in the first set of the match. Good serve by Schneier, handled by Hendrix. They're going to go outside, handled nicely by Sendoya. Phillips goes back set to Rosenthal, off the block. Hendrix goes outside, tipped off the block. Sendoya and Phillips can't come up with it, and it's going to be point side out for Hendrix at 4-1. So early here, they go quick set to House, and they go to the Lauren Payne at the outside hitter spot. And now Peyton Nance serving at 4-1 here for Hendrix. Deep serve. Schneier, Sendoya, they're going to go to Alfonso. She's going to roll one to the back line. Set outside to Payne, off the block. Sendoya and Phillips try to save it, can't. And it's a 5-1 start for Hendrix. Little unsettled here in their serve receive early. It's 5-1. Hendrix leads. Peyton Nance with her second serve here and the 4-point lead. Nance goes at Schneier, handled easily. Phillips, quick set to Bassett off the block tip. A quick set to Catalina Williams, and she pushes that one down right in front of Sophia Sendoya. It's 6-1 now. Danielle Scheer encouraging her defense. Tighten up a little bit. Peyton Nance now, third serve here in the first set. This one's a short floater. Alfonso, Phillips, and Sendoya. And Danielle Scheer has seen enough. She's going to take a timeout here as Hendrix is opened up to a 7-1 lead to a three-man receive. Deep serve, Schneier goes to Phillips, who sets outside to Alfonso. She bangs it off the block, and maybe that'll get them going. A great timeout there by Danielle Scheer to settle her troops. Alfonso's kill gives a second point to Oglethorpe. Sophia Sendoya to serve. 7-2 Hendrix leads. Sendoya, nice serve, deep to Hendrix. They're going to bounce outside. Payne is blocked nicely by Sangstock. First ball kill attempt goes off the net. Oglethorpe handles it. Alfonso again hammers it off the net, and this time they're going to call Catalina Williams for being in the net. And a nice point for Oglethorpe there at 7-3. Alfonso again working the block, hammered off of it, and Williams was in the net. Sendoya, deep serve, too deep as that one flies long. She hit the floater, the knuckleball hits it long. It's 8-3. Hendrix on the side out in the point. And Kyler Greenlee, the setter for Hendrix, now serving. Checking in for Hendrix will be Megan Fuller-Freeman. Greenlee serve to Schneier. Phillips goes back to Rosenthal, bangs it off the block. Alfonso handles it. Phillips dumps. Hendrix recovers off the dive. Payne goes off the block. Schneier with the nice dig. Phillips is going to go to Alfonso, who rolls it. Hendrix quick to Williams, and she plates it. She got right on top of that one. Really nice hit. And like we talked about, I think that's going to be the key. This, once again, a taller lineup, And our blocking is going to be a real key. That was the key in the center match. That was the key in the Swanee match. Hendrix serves at Alfonso. And again, a receiving error. Very uncharacteristic for Oglethorpe. This team does not have a lot of receiving errors on the season, and they're struggling a little bit here early. Greenlee goes at Alfonso. Alfonso to Phillips. Phillips is going to go back to Rosenthal, and a really nice dink over the block gives Oglethorpe the point and the side out. It's 10-4. Stormy Petrels trail by 6. Legacy Guider checks in to serve and play the back line in place of Kate Rosenthal. Guider's been really solid with our serve this year. Guider, good, hard, low serve, handled by Nance. They go outside to Perry Evans, and Evans, the 6'1" freshman from Baton Rouge, comes up with the kill. Megan Fuller-Freeman subs in, low drop serve, handled by Zendoya. They go outside to Alfonso. It was not only tipped off the block, but drops in for the kill. And it'll be 11-5 now. And Ellie Alfonso goes back to serve, try to cut into that 6-point deficit. Alfonso goes right at Nance, handled. Greenlee goes back to the right side hitter. It's handled by Oglethorpe. Schneer rolls it over. Nance to Greenlee. They're going to go right up the middle to Catalina Williams, but she goes wide on her kill attempt. And now the deficit's cut to 5. 11-6. Ellie Alfonso serving her second one here in the first set. Nice, good serve. Has Hendrix scrambling. They're going to go off the block. Schneer, Zendoya with the save. Schneer to the set. Alfonso with the backside. Greenlee goes outside. Freeman, Fuller-Freeman with the kill on that one. Checked in to play that outside hitter spot. Nance will come out, and Grace House checks back in. 12-6. Hendrix leads. Legacy Guider handles the serve. They're going to go backline set. Alfonso hammers it. They're going to go outside to Fuller-Freeman. Alfonso handles that one. Schneer with the big attempt. Folks, that's up by me. That one ain't coming back. It's a big kill for Jackie Schneer. Hopefully that'll get her going. It is 12-7 Hendrix. 5-point deficit. Sophia St. Clair checks in to serve and play the back line, hopefully to cut into that deficit some more. St. Clair, nice serve. Has Hendrix scrambling a little bit. They're going to go quick to House, but it's handled off the block. Goes back to Schneer. She's going to hit it off the block. Nance now with the set out to the outside. Fuller-Freeman dinks, and a diving Legacy Guider can't come up with it. A real short dink up near the net, about 5 feet off the net, and Guider coming from the back row. Hustled, dove, just couldn't come up with it. And Hendrix leads 13-7 as Eliana Oden goes back to serve here with the 6-point lead. Oden's serve goes at Guider. Phillips is going to go to Alfonso on the back row. She pushes it over. Greenlee's going outside to Fuller-Freeman, blocked by Bassett. Now she's going to go opposite way to Grace House, and that is a roof block by Bassett and Schneer. It is a side out and point for Oglethorpe. Kate Rosenthal will check in for Legacy Guider to play the right side hitter spot, and Gabby Phillips back, the southpaw setter, to serve her first serve down 5, 13-8. Nance leaves it tight to the net. Greenlee looked like a little bit of a carry, not called against House. Greenlee's going outside to Fuller-Freeman. That one is going straight down to the floor. Kate Rosenthal with the solo block. It's 13-9. And Phillips will serve her second here, down 4. Great serve by Phillips. Nance to Greenlee to Fuller-Freeman. Right there, block again. Bassett takes the ball and hammers it off a House, and now we're seeing the Stormy Petrels like they normally look. It's 13-10 Hendrix. Phillips has served 2 service points, now her third here in the first set. Great drop. Bassett can't hammer that one. She tips it, handled by Greenlee. Swing hit by House, has Hendrix diving. They're going to free ball it over. Beautiful pass from Alfonso. She goes outside the snare. It's handled by them. Hendrix handles it. Now they're scrambling. Fuller Freeman's going to dink. Great save by Phillips. Bassett off the net. And Zendoya and Phillips collide a little bit as Zendoya free balls it out of bounds. It's 14-10 Hendrix. Thought that was an opportunity that they could have had to cut into the deficit to 2, but Hendrix comes out with the point off that dink. Hendrix. Roth serve, handled by Schneier. They're going back to Schneier. She rolls one off the block. Greenlee goes outside. Big swing and kill for Lauren Payne, splitting the block of Caitlin Bassett and Kate Rosenthal. Hendrix back up 5 at 15-10. Lauren Roth, the 5'10 junior outside hitter from Jonesboro, Arkansas, serving here up 15-10. Roth goes short. Alfonso with a nice diving play. They're going to go, Phillips is going to go outside. Schneier pushes it deep. House with a dink over the block. Phillips with a nice back set. Rosenthal off their block. And there's going to be a lift called on that one. I'm not sure if they got Phillips or Rosenthal on that double hit. It's 16-10, and Danielle Scherer is going to take her second time. Payne, Greenlee, and House across the front. Schneier on the serve receive goes to Phillips. Phillips sets at the 10-foot line for Ellie Alfonso coming from the back row. She hammers a kill to get the side out and the point for Oglethorpe, and Jackie Schneier to serve here down 16-11. Oden to Greenlee. They're going to go on a quick to House, but she is wide and deep on her kill attempt. So Oglethorpe picks up another point. It's 16-12, Warriors lead. Stormy Petrel's cutting it to 4 now. Schneier's second serve. Great serve deep. Has Hendrix scrambling. They're going to free ball it over by Payne. Zendoya goes to Phillips. She's going to go outside to Alfonso. Nice dink. One balled over. Phillips going quick to Bassett. She hammers it, but recovered by Oden. Payne handled on a dig by Zendoya. Alfonso off the block. Phillips is going to dump this over. Oden with a nice dig. House pushes a quick. No call on that. Looked like it might have been a carry. Alfonso rolls it deep. Hendrix on the right side swing. House blocked. Handled by Zendoya. Rosenthal rolls one back to the corner. Greenlee dumps it. Nice save by Zendoya. And they are going to call 4 hits on that one. I think it touched a player off the first. It might have got a little bit of Kate Rosenthal off the first dig attempt. So the Warriors go back up 17-12, and Peyton Nance, the libero for the Warriors, will serve here up 5. Nance, hard flat serve. Phillips is going to go outside to Alfonso. She drills that through the block over Oden. Nance can't handle it, and the deficit's cut to 4 once again. Amelia Sangstock checks in at the middle blocker spot. Sophia Zendoya rotates into the serve. Down 4. This one's tight to the net. Greenlee can't handle the serve receive, and Oglethorpe cuts it to 3 now. Zendoya with the serve there. She was long in her first rotation with her first serve. That one was a nice one. It's 17-14 Hendrix. This one again long. Roth can't handle it, has Hendrix scrambling. They free ball it over. Schneier's diving attempt goes over. Greenlee goes to House, off of Sangstock's block, and Zendoya can't handle it. Warriors go back up 18-14. Perry Evans, the freshman, 6'1" outside hitter, checks in to go with Megan Fuller Freeman, and serve receive too tight to the net. It's going to get hammered right back by Fuller Freeman. Actually, Catalina Williams on that one. Front line is Perry Evans, Catalina Williams, and Lauren Payne for Hendrix. Short floater handled easily by Alfonso. She's going to go back to Rosenthal. Hendrix comes up with the dig, but they're scrambling a little bit. Schneer with the dig. They're going to go quick to Sangstock. She pushes it, handled it by the Warriors. They're going to go to their big right side hitter, Perry Evans, and Evans hits it wide. And once again, Oglethorpe cuts the deficit to 4, but they have been unable to cut it here in the middle part of this set to no closer than 2. Let's see if we can get a little run going that they need. Legacy Guider checks in to serve for a second time here in the first set. Good hard serve going right at Perry Evans. They're going to go set to Evans. They're going to say it was touched off the block by Sangstock. Thought it went off the net, but they called it off the block touch. So Hendrix picks up the point. Lauren Payne rotates back to serve for the Warriors, up 5, 20-15. Payne, good hard serves, and Doya handles it. Phillips goes outside to Alfonso. She's roof blocked by Evans and Catalina Williams, 2 really good blockers, and it drops to the floor straight down. Hendrix up 6, 21-15. Lauren Payne, second serve here in this rotation, drops off the net, over the net. Phillips handles it. Zendoya to Alfonso. Sangstock decided to go over. This time the block, they do not penetrate the net, and the kill attempt goes right down the front of Sangstock and Alfonso, and Hendrix goes up 22-15. Lauren Payne serving again for the Warriors. Payne, good strong serve. Guider handled it. That one might have been out. Zendoya free balls it over to Alfonso. She goes deep, handled by Nance. They're going to set to the right side hitter. It's handled by Oglethorpe. This one goes off the block. Tight to Greenlee. One hand set. Fuller Freeman with the dink, handled by Oglethorpe. Alfonso hammers it down the line and in for a kill. A much needed side out and point. Maddie Trotty checking in to set for the Stormy Petrels. And Ashlyn Stevens checks in to play the right side hitter spot for Oglethorpe. 22-16, Hendrix leads. Alfonso goes to Hendrix. This time Perry Evans' kill attempt somehow saved off the block. They're going to go outside. Schneer rips it off the block, and they're going to get called on the net. They're going to get 23, Perry Evans, in the net on that kill attempt for Schneer. And Oglethorpe now down 22-17. Alfonso serving here. Down 5, going right at Fuller Freeman again. Fuller Freeman rolls this one over the block. Alfonso to Drotty. Drotty's going to go outside to Schneer. That one is hammered right down the front of Perry Evans, and it's 22-18. Ellie Alfonso to serve, down 5, and the Warriors are going to take it down 4 for Oglethorpe. She's going to go deep to Fuller Freeman. Greenlee's going to go back to Perry Evans. Evans handled by Alfonso. The set is to Schneer. She hammers it right off of Lauren Payne. It can't be handled. It's another kill for Schneer. The deficit's 3. Alfonso to serve again. This one more of a floater to Fuller Freeman. High pass. They're going to go to Perry Evans. It's handled by Oglethorpe. Maddie Drotty can't get stopped as she goes up to set. She trips over Sophia Zendoya, and that is a costly side out. It is 23-19 Hendrix, and Catalina Williams will serve for Hendrix. Jump serve, hard drop serve, handled by Ellie Alfonso. Drotty goes outside to Schneer, hammers it through the block again. The 6'1 Perry Evans and this 5'11 Grace House can't handle Jackie Schneer. It's 23-20. Sophia St. Clair checks in to serve and play the back row. We need some big serves from Sophia, who's been a great server here down this stretch. Great serve. Hendrix handles it. Greenlee's going to go quick to House, off the block, and it leaves Alfonso and Drotty flat-footed, and now it's set point at 24-20 for Hendrix. And Eliana Oden is going to check in at set point. Oglethorpe obviously needs a huge side out here to try to get back into this first set. Oden, high floater. Alfonso handles it. Drotty going back to Stevens. Ashlyn Stevens hammers it, but it's too long over the block. In the second set, at the setter spot along with Zendoya at the libero and Alfonso at outside hitter. Has Hendrix scrambling right away. They're going to free ball it over short. Zendoya goes back to Rosenthal. She hits it off the block, handled by Nance. Greenlee's going to go off the outside hitter side to Lauren Payne, and that is a great start as Caitlin Bassett and Kate Rosenthal team up for a roof block, and it gets Oglethorpe out to a 1-0 lead here in the second set. Phillips, great serve short, has Hendrix spraying one into the net that Kyler Greenlee can't handle, and now this is a nice start. 2-0 Oglethorpe as Gabby Phillips picks up the first 2 service points here in the second set. Phillips jump serve again, going right at Roth. Blocked back by Bassett. Blocked again by Bassett and Rosenthal. Alfonso comes up with it off the block. Schneier rolls one over, free ball. Kyler Greenlee going to the swing. Handled. House's swing is handled by Oglethorpe. Rosenthal is going to roll it deep to Oden. Greenlee goes outside and it's dinked by Lauren Payne. Bassett and Rosenthal were there on the block. And wisely, Lauren Payne dinked one over. Gabby Phillips could not get there on the attempt, so side out for the Warriors. Now down 1, 2-1 Oglethorpe leads as Peyton Nance, the libero for the Warriors, serves. Flat, short serve handled by Schneier. The set goes outside by Schneier. She's going to get the line on the cross court. Powerful, and Lauren Roth was left ducking. Not only did she duck, but her head movement, she lost her contact. So there's a little bit of a delay in play. Really powerful hit from Jackie Schneier. Great set by Gabby Phillips. So Oglethorpe jumps out to a 3-1 lead here in the second set. Hopefully this delay won't cause any shift in our momentum. Roth almost looked back to the floor, the black Stormy Petrel floor here on Pinholster Court to see if her contact was there. I think it was in her eye. So she is back on serve receive with Eliana Oden and Peyton Nance. And Jackie Schneier rotates to serve here, up 3-1. Stormy Petrels need a run. Schneier with a good deep serve handled by Oden. They're going to go outside to Payne, and this time Bassett and Rosenthal again with the big block. So once again, this really fuels the Stormy Petrels. Their defensive coverage, but especially their blocking at the net. Oglethorpe up 4-1. Schneier with her second serve here in the second set, up 4-1. Jump serve is a great one. Oden sprays it a little bit. Greenlee on the run. It's going to go off the block, handled by Zendoya. Phillips is going to go 10-foot line to Schneier. Schneier is just long, and I mean there it was a hair between the back line and that ball hitting the floor. So it's 4-2 Oglethorpe as Kyler Greenlee rotates to serve. Greenlee serves, and Doya handles it. Phillips is going to push it outside to Alfonso. She hammers it off. Perry Evans and Catalina Williams block for another kill. It's 5-2 Oglethorpe for the point and the side out. Amelia Sangstock checks in at the middle blocker spot. Perry Evans checked in a minute ago to play right side for the Warriors. Great jump serve by Zendoya, short. Evans is going to be handled by Zendoya. Back set to Rosenthal. She cranks it off the block. Handled off the block by Schneier. They're going to go outside to Alfonso. This time she throws the changeup off the top of the block. Actually, they're also going to call Perry Evans into the net. So it's 6-2 Oglethorpe. Coach Newberry from Hendrix cheering her defense on. Zendoya, who had a great short serve there, goes a little bit longer to Peyton Nance. Greenlee is going to go right side to Lauren Payne, and they're begging for a net, but the ball never got over. It was the ball that hammered into the net. So Oglethorpe up now 7-2. Sophia Zendoya with her third serve here in the second set. The jump serve this time a little bit short, caught the top of the net and dropped in. She's kind of working her shoulder a little bit, like maybe it's a little sore or she hurt it. We'll have to check on that one. Oglethorpe up 7-3. Lauren Payne checks in will serve for Hendrix. Fuller Freeman checks in for the Warriors. Phillips now to Rosenthal. Rosenthal hammers it off the block. She gets the rebound. Phillips goes outside to Alfonso. She hammers it off the block attempt from Catalina Williams and Perry Evans. Evans is a 6'1 freshman, and right now she is perplexed and frustrated because the 5'5 outside hitter, Ellie Alfonso, has picked up kill after kill by hammering it off of Evans. Legacy Guider checks in to serve. It's a good one. Catalina Williams hammers one, but it's handled by Guider. They're going to go free ball. Alfonso uses the net to dribble one over. Back set to Evans. It's going to be blocked off the block and inside the back corner for a kill by Perry Evans. And it's 8-4 Oglethorpe as Catalina Williams goes back to serve. Grace House checks in for the Warriors. Williams hits a serve. This one looked like it was going to be long. Guider took it. Schneier had to save it. Guider free balls it over. Greenlee goes outside to Fuller Freeman, and Sophia Zendoya tries to come up with the dig and can't come up with it. And now the Warriors cut into the deficit, makes it a 3-point deficit. Catalina Williams with her second serve here in this second set. Williams, hard serve at Guider, handled beautifully. Phillips goes outside to Alfonso. I think she got ahead on her approach and then kind of got caught inside of her head. Am I going to dink it? Am I going to take a little off? And she hit this one into the net. So it's 8-6 Oglethorpe leads. Catalina Williams with her third serve attempt. Another hard one at Guider. Handled. Schneier off the free ball. Goes to Alfonso, who rolls it over. Greenlee tight to the net. Fuller Freeman's kill attempt is handled by Schneier. Oglethorpe goes out to Alfonso. This time she knew exactly what she was going to do. She took a little bit off over the net, down to the floor for another kill. She now has 10 for the Stormy Petrels. She moves into double digits, and she moves to the service line, up 9-6. Great serve going right at Fuller Freeman. They back set to Perry Evans, who dinks one off the net. She took a little bit of speed off of it, came off the net, and both Alfonso and Schneier tried to come up with it and couldn't. So the deficit is 9-7 for the Warriors as Oglethorpe leads here. Eliana Oden checks in for the Warriors to serve. Her jump serve goes at Guider. This one's tight to the net. Beautiful save by Phillips. Zendoya free balls it over. Greenlee going back to House on the swing, blocked by Sangstock and Schneier. Alfonso goes up to Phillips. Schneier goes off the block. Zendoya had to save it. This one goes to Schneier. She goes over. Looked like the net got hit. No call against the Warriors. Zendoya with a beautiful dig. Alfonso goes to Schneier. Schneier rolls one over. Greenlee has to handle it. The Warriors go to Fuller Freeman. Handled again on a beautiful dig. And Alfonso is set at the 10-foot line and hammers it home. I am telling you what, she is in a groove with 11 kills already. This one, that's her second big kill from the 10-foot line. Oglethorpe goes up 3 at 10-7. Sophia St. Clair checks in to serve for the Stormy Petrels. St. Clair to Nance. Dumped over by Greenlee, handled easily. Phillips goes to Alfonso, who hits it back to Nance. House on the swing, covered beautifully by Bassett and Schneier. Fuller Freeman goes over the block, but it's handled by Alfonso. Phillips goes outside to Schneier. Has Hendrix scrambling all over the court. They're going to free ball it over. Touch to Guider. Back quick to Bassett off the block. Greenlee quick to House off the block. Handled by Guider again. They go outside to Schneier. Schneier hammers one off the block from House and Greenlee, and this one comes back in the lap of Oglethorpe, and it's going to be a side out at 10-8. Oglethorpe leads, and Lauren Roth will go back to serve for the Warriors. She's served quite well here early in the match. They trail 10-8. Legacy Guider, serve receive handled. They're going to go back quick on the swing to Caitlin Bassett, and Caitlin Bassett hammers it down for a kill. It's 11-8 Oglethorpe lead. Gabby Phillips rotates into the serve spot and will set from the back row along with Zendoya, the libero, and Alfonso, the outside hitter. Front line is going to be Rosenthal, Bassett, and Schneier. Greenlee's going to set Payne on the outside, blocked by Bassett. and we're going to get a call. This one is going to be maybe an error, and the chair called a illegal backline hit on Kyler Greenlee, but Kyler Greenlee was on the front row, so they're going to replay. 12-8 Oglethorpe leads. This one, Oden barely handled the serve receive. The set went outside to Lauren Payne, and that one is hammered by Payne at Zendoya. Zendoya could not come up with the dig. Oglethorpe leads 12-9. Peyton Nance, the libero for Hendrix, will serve down 3 here. Nance goes at Schneer, but Zendoya cuts in front of her and has Oglethorpe scrambling a little bit. Hendrix now. Greenlee's going to go to Catalina Williams. She hammers it off the block of Bassett and Schneer and picks up a kill, and the Oglethorpe lead is cut to 2 at 12-10. Peyton Nance here with her second serve in the second set. Zendoya, Schneer, and Alfonso on the serve receive. The serve is at Schneer. It drops in front of her. She gets a hand on it, but it sprays it into the net. And Oglethorpe's lead is 1 at 12-11. Peyton Nance serving. Oglethorpe's serve receive moves up a hair. Peyton Nance is really favored a low, short serve. This one is going to be more of a floater at Alonso. Kate Rosenthal moves out of the way to try to allow Gabby Phillips to set. She has to come all the way across. All she could do is throw an underhand fist at the ball, and it rolls over the net into the middle of the Warrior defense, who are stuck flat-footed watching it bounce off the floor. Oglethorpe gets the side out and the point. They lead 13-11. Jackie Schneer, the senior outside hitter for the Stormy Petrels, to serve, up 13-11. Be nice to reel off a couple points here, get some momentum. This deep floater serve handled by Oden. They go back to Williams on the swing, blocked nicely by Bassett and Alfonso. They're going to go outside to Payne, and who is there with the roof block but Kate Rosenthal and Caitlin Bassett, and a big point off that beautiful block. And Brittany Newberry, the coach for Hendrix, senses the Nance, Roth, and Oden. Schneer, jump serve goes deep, and it is going to be long. So the timeout from Brittany Newberry helped break the momentum a little bit. Hendrix down 14-12 as the Stormy Petrels have the lead. And Kyler Greenlee, the setter, will be the server for the Warriors. Short floater handled by Schneer. Phillips is going to go quick to Bassett off the Catalina Williams block. Hendrix is scrambling. Nance is going to free ball one over, handled by Zendoya. They're going to backline set to Schneer, who dinked and handled, and they got a break there. Schneer came up like she was going to rip one, dinked one into the middle of the defense. They handled it. The set went to the freshman, Perry Evans, and she was caught flat-footed a little bit, had a hitting error. Oglethorpe up 15-12 with Zendoya serving. Zendoya goes short opposite the Warriors. This time Perry Evans takes some off. Sangstock can't come up with the block. It drops in front of a diving Ellie Alfonso. It's 15-13, and Lauren Payne, the outside hitter who's been pretty powerful on the front line, rotates to serve down 2 for the Warriors. Oglethorpe needs a side out to get that momentum back and keep the momentum going. Payne now serves this one just over the net, handled by Alfonso. Back set to Rosenthal. She hammers one, but hammers it just long. I love the approach. I love the arm swing. She was just a little bit long on that one. It's 15-14. Oglethorpe leads. Lauren Payne with her second service attempt in this rotation, trying to tie it. Oglethorpe trying to get a side out to get momentum back. This one again, barely over the net. Schneer tries to come up with it. It leaves Ellie Alfonso sprinting to try to make the save into the scorer's table. Can't come up with it. And now we have a tie match here in the second set at 15. Schneer, Alfonso, and Zendoya on the serve receive. 2 straight by Payne that just got over the top of the net. So she decides she's going to try to go long, and she does, but it's too long. And Oglethorpe gets the side out to go up 16-15. Legacy Guider checks in for Kate Rosenthal, Amelia Sangstock, Gabby Phillips, and Ellie Alfonso on the front row. Guider will serve. She's on the back row with Zendoya and Schneer. Geider, great serve right at Payne. Greenlee is going to go to Perry Evans. It's off the block, tried to be saved by Sangstock. She can't, and it's back. I think the score is 16-all at this point. The scoreboard has it at 15-all. I think our side out made it 16-15, and their point there, their side out made it 16-16. Apparently, we have the power to the scoreboard is affected, or the clicker to keep the score. So it's 16-all, despite what the scoreboard reads. It's 16-all here in the second set. And both teams with much-needed side outs, both of them at this point in a hotly contested match, trying to grasp some momentum and ride that momentum to a second set victory. Catalina Williams, the middle hitter for the Hendrix Warriors, the 5'9" sophomore out of Little Rock, Arkansas, will serve here with the match knotted up at 16-all. Legacy Geider, Sophia Sendoya, and Jackie Schneer on the serve receive. Phillips, Alfonso, and Sangstock across the front row. For the Warriors, they've got Evans, House, and Fuller Freeman on their front row. Geider, beautiful serve receive. The set goes outside to Alfonso. Lauren Payne with a great dig. Catalina Williams, 10-foot line hit is saved by Geider. They're going to go 10-foot line set. Phillips to Schneer, but Schneer rips it just a little bit long, and Hendrix takes what I believe is its first lead here in the second set at 17-16. They've knotted it up twice, but now they take the lead. Catalina Williams, Oglethorpe needs a side out. Williams jump serve, going right at Geider again, handled by Geider. Phillips goes to Alfonso. She rolls this one, tries to roll it over the net, into the top of the net, and now it is 18-16. Hendrix leads on Catalina Williams' third service attempt in this rotation. Catalina Williams jump serve. This one looks like it's going to fly long. Geider and Zendoya let it go, and it does fly long for a huge needed side out. Maddie Drawdy checks in to set for Oglethorpe, and Ashlyn Stevens checks in at the right side hitter spot. It's 18-17. Hendrix leads. Ellie Alfonso serves. Great serve. Drop serve. Splits Megan Fuller Freeman and Lauren Payne, and it ties it up at 18. Beautiful serve. We need a few more of those. Alfonso goes right at Fuller Freeman. Greenlee to House. Handled by Zendoya. Drawdy back to Stevens. She takes a little bit off. It's handled by their libero, Peyton Nance. And there was some confusion, and it's a much-needed break by Oglethorpe. Stevens took a little bit off. The dig was there. It came up, and Peyton Nance, the libero, and Megan Fuller Freeman had some confusion on that back line, and it dropped in between them. Oglethorpe takes the 19-18 lead. Ellie Alfonso to serve. Oglethorpe up one here, 19-18. Hendrix needed to dry the floor a little bit as those players dove to try to come up with the attempt. Oglethorpe needs a little bit more of a run, up 19-18. Alfonso's serve going right at Lauren Payne. Greenlee goes quick to House. Grace House hammers it off the Sangstock Stevens block. Gets the kill, knots it at 19 here in the second set. Eliana Oden checks in for the Warriors to serve. She'll be joined on the back line by Peyton Nance, the libero, and Lauren Payne. Zendoya, Alfonso, Schneer on the serve receive. House goes at Alfonso. Drawdy's going to go outside to Schneer. Schneer rips it. It ain't coming back. Oglethorpe knots it up at takes the lead at 20-19 on that Schneer kill. Sophia St. Clair checks in to serve. We need a bunch of them. Caitlin Bassett checks in at the middle blocker spot. Big swing in front line with Bassett, Schneer, and Stevens. Drawdy will set that line. They're going to go at Payne. Not a great serve receive. It leaves Hendrix scrambling. Not only scrambling, but Olivia Oden's overhead attempt to knock it over is flailed out but is short, so it's 21-19. Oglethorpe leads. St. Clair to serve from the back left. Up two. Really good serve, goes right at Peyton Nance, handled. House, the big middle hitter, comes up. Greenlee gives her a set, and she puts it down over the Bassett and Drawdy block, and it's side out. Warriors, point Warriors. Oglethorpe leads 21-20. Lauren Roth to serve for the Warriors. She's been a very strong server this match so far. This one is a really short floater handled by Schneier. Drawdy goes back to Stevens. Stevens hammers it off the block. This one goes to Schneier, and Schneier goes down the line but just wide, and the Warriors tie it up at 21. Danielle Shearer, the head coach, side out is needed. Roth hits a short floater. Schneier handles it. Drawdy's going to go back to Ashlyn Stevens. It goes off the block, saved nicely by Zendoya, but it floats over the net, and Lauren Payne drops one over off the Bassett block, and it's now 22-21. Hendrix takes the 1-point lead here in the second set. Schneier, Alfonso, and Zendoya on the serve receive. Goes at Schneier, handled by Schneier. They're going to go backline set to Alfonso. She rolls one deep. Greenlee's going to go to House, handled by Drawdy. Alfonso is going to go up to Schneier. Schneier rolls one deep, handled by Peyton Nance. Greenlee dumps one over. Beautiful dive by Zendoya. Schneier goes over on the second ball. Payne rips a kill, but way long and wide, and Oglethorpe ties it at 22. And a couple subs here. Kate Rosenthal will check back in to play the right side hitter spot, and Gabby Phillips checks in to serve and set for Oglethorpe. It's tied up at 22. Crucial point of this match. Peyton Nance with the serve receive. They quick to Grace House, and she rips one, and Gabby Phillips can't handle it on the dig. It's a kill for House. It's 23-22. Peyton Nance goes back to serve, up one, 23-22. Oglethorpe needs the side out. They're going at Schneier, handled easily. Phillips goes back to Bassett. She goes cross court, has Hendrix diving. Payne is going to roll one over. Alfonso, nice pass to Phillips. She goes back to Rosenthal. Rosenthal hits it long. There's no touch, and Hendrix is looking at its second set point here. Up 24-22. Oglethorpe trying to stop the run and get back into this second set. Nance, her serve, short floater, handled by Schneier. Schneier gets the set from Phillips, handled by Hendrix. Payne rips one down the line. It's going to be wide. Third set for the Warriors. Roth going right at Alfonso. She handles it easily. Phillips going outside to Schneier. She hammers it off the block. Beautiful pancake save by Oden. Lauren Payne tried to hit it over, and Caitlin Bassett and Ashlyn Stevens were there for the block and the point for Oglethorpe. Jackie Schneier rotates back to serve. It's 1-0 Oglethorpe. Ellie Alfonso rotates to join Stevens and Bassett on the front row. Schneier's jump serve. This one hammered at Oden. Handles. Goes outside to Lauren Payne. She takes a little bit off. Dug by Alfonso. Phillips is going to go to Schneier, who dumps one over. Handled easily by Oden. Swing hit from Grace House. Cuts it hard cross court for the kill inside the 10-foot line. Took a little bit off. That was more about placement than power. Catalina Williams checks in for the Warriors with the score knotted 1-1 here in the third set. Peyton Nance to serve for the Warriors. Hard serve at Zendoya, handled. Phillips is going to go outside. Ellie Alfonso has a great hit. It's blocked. Right back to her. She handles it. Zendoya to Phillips to Alfonso, and Oglethorpe saves it nicely. Nance to Greenlee. They're going to go quick to Williams, but Bassett is there for another block. Puts Oglethorpe up 2-1. Caitlin Bassett checks out. Amelia Sangstock checks in. And Sophia Zendoya to serve now. Up 2-1 for Oglethorpe. Short serve, diving save by Oden. Payne is going to hammer this off the Sangstock-Stevens block to knot it at 2. Perry Evans, the freshman right side hitter, is going to check in for Eliana Oden. She'll be joined on the front row by Lauren Payne at the outside hitter spot and Catalina Williams at the middle blocker spot. Kyler Greenlee to serve the setter for the Warriors. Goes at Alfonso, handled. Phillips is going to back set Stevens. She goes off the net, saved on a dive by Peyton Nance. This time, Lauren Payne is going to try to go cross court, but she goes cross court long. Oglethorpe takes the 3-2 lead. Legacy Guider checks in for Ashlyn Stevens, and she will serve with a 3-2 Oglethorpe lead here in the third set. Guider, nice short. Oh man, was that a beautiful serve. Really tight to the net, really tight cross-court serve, short, just over the 10-foot line. Lauren Payne had no answer. Guider's ace puts us up 4-2. Guider, this one goes long to Payne. Kyler Greenlee's got a scramble, and Perry Evans tried to dink it over and hit it into the net. Oglethorpe takes a 5-2 lead. We just have not been able to sustain any extended momentum today at all. We really need to get some big-time momentum going. We're up 5-2 here. Guider's third serve is a hard one. Peyton Nance makes a play on it. They're going to go outside on the set to Perry Evans. Off the block, diving save by Schneer. Guider is going to free ball it over deep corner. All Peyton Nance can do is dive. Somehow Hendrix comes up with it. Zendoya is going to bump set outside cross court to Alfonso. Peyton Nance again. This time goes outside to Payne. Beautiful dig by Zendoya. Phillips saves it back into the middle of the court. Zendoya free balls it over. Touch by House. Set to House. Blocked and back by Zendoya. And that, my friends, is what a great setter does. The rally's going. Both teams are hyped up. The beautiful pass comes to Phillips, and she just calmly, coldly dumps it over for the point. And a kill. 6-2 Oglethorpe leads. Guider, hard serve, but this one into the net gives Hendrix a side out. 6-3 Oglethorpe leads. Megan Fuller-Freeman checks in at the outside hitter spot for Hendrix, and Lauren Payne rotates back to serve down 3 for the Warriors. Payne's serve, a hard one, handled by Guider. Phillips goes cross court to Alfonso. She rips it just wide. There wasn't much space between, but I think it was a good call by the linesman to make it 6-4. Hendrix trails. Lauren Payne serving here. Oglethorpe again has to get a side out, get momentum back. Payne serve into the net. We needed that. 7-4. Now we need some big serves and a run here to get us going here in the third set. Hendrix up 2 sets to love. Ellie Alfonso serves up 7-4. Alfonso hits this one beautifully. Beautiful serve down the line at Megan Fuller. Serve from the back right side. Ellie Alfonso did. Oh, wow. They called that out? Wow. That was right in front of me and right in the lap. I have a feeling that the linesman closed his eyes so he wouldn't get hit. That is a tough call on that serve, because this one is a service error off the Catalina Williams serve. That, man, we have been snake bit by some officials' calls this year, and that one was one. Instead of being up 4, now we're only up 1 with Catalina Williams serving. Guider's pass is tight to the net, blocked over by Grace House, and now it's tied at 7. Dadgum, I'm telling you, Alfonso's serve went down to the net right in front of the lines judge, and I'm telling you, he had to close his eyes because it bounced right in the corner of the net, in the corner of the court. Catalina Williams to Guider. Tough pass. Gabby Phillips can't handle it, and now Oglethorpe trails 8-7. Kylie Zimmer is going to check in here for Legacy Guider as a defensive specialist on this serve receive. Kylie Zimmer for Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe needs a side out. It's 8-7 Warriors lead now after taking the early lead. Zimmer, Alfonso, and Zendoya on the serve receive. Catalina Williams right at Zimmer. Nice pass. Phillips dumps it over. Perfectly placed. Down, cross court, down the line. 8-8. Big help there. Nice play by Gabby Phillips. Sophia St. Clair is going to check in to serve for Oglethorpe. Caitlin Bassett checks in at the middle blocker spot for Oglethorpe. All knotted up at 8 here in the third set. Sophia St. Clair, good serve, handled by Payne. They quick to House. Her quick set is hammered out of bounds long. Oglethorpe takes the lead again now at 9-8. Sophia St. Clair with the serve. Goes back to Fuller Freeman. Tough to handle. Peyton Nance bump sets it to Fuller Freeman. Sophia St. Clair tries to make a diving play, can't come up with it. It is going to be a replay. The ground rules at Oglethorpe is if a ball is hit off the basket, it is a replay. That is part of the ground rules that are covered with the captains. Apparently captains don't tend to tell their coaches that, because we've seen this earlier in the year where the coach is befuddled by the call, but that is the call. The basket does not allow, the basket standard does not allow the ball to be played. Now the floor official, I think the score is wrong. The scoreboard has it 9-all. I think Oglethorpe leads 9-8. Push by Grace House over the block is going to be a point. They're going to check the score here at this point. I believe the score is now 9-all. I think the scoreboard was wrong a minute ago. Okay, the score on the scoreboard now is correct. It was 9-8 Oglethorpe. Warriors got the side out. It's 9-all. Eliana Oden to serve. She's going to go at Kylie Zimmer, handled beautifully. Phillips goes back set on the swing to Bassett. It comes off a House's block, and Oglethorpe can't handle it. It is 10-9. Hendrix now takes the lead back for a second time in this set. 10-9. Eliana Oden serving for the Warriors. So this one's going to be hit into the net. It's tied at 10. Kylie Zimmer is going to check out, and freshman right side hitter Ashlyn Stevens will check in. Stevens has not gotten untracked in this match. She's been given a little bit of opportunity. The last match, as I said in the open, she had 12 kills in just a set and a half last weekend. This serve from Gabby Phillips cannot be handled by Peyton Nance. The receive error makes it 11-10 Oglethorpe. Gabby Phillips serving the second time here, up 11-10. This one's going to get hit into the net. That's really an unfortunate service error there. Again, Oglethorpe has found ways to quell their own momentum. It's tied up at 11 again. Lauren Roth checks back in to serve. She's been pretty solid in this match. Roth is going to go deep to Alfonso, handles it easily. Phillips is going to go outside to Schneer. Schneer rips it hard, but Roth handles it. Peyton Nance bump sets to Lauren Payne. She drives one cross court. Sophia Zendoya can't come up with the dig. It's 12-11 Hendrix, and Roth will have a second attempt here in this rotation. Ellie Alfonso, Zendoya, and Schneer on the serve receive, back left to right. Stevens joined on the front row with Bassett. Schneer goes tight to the net. Didn't think that the setter, Gabby Phillips, had an opportunity to set it, but it was blocked over by House, and it's 13-11 Hendrix, with Roth serving her third attempt in this set. She goes at Zendoya, handles it easily. Phillips back sets Schneer on that right side, handled by Peyton Nance. Hendrix, 10-foot line set to Oden, hammered long. It's 13-12 as Oglethorpe cuts the deficit to 1. Schneer to serve, down 1 here in the third set. Jackie Schneer, we need some momentum. Give us some serves here. 13-12 Hendrix lead. Schneer's serve goes deep, handled by Roth. Greenlee looked like a double hit, no call. Payne dumps it over, handled by Oglethorpe. Alfonso hammers it off the House and Greenlee block, and Alfonso gets the kill, knots the score at 13. Much needed point. Schneer at 13-all in the third. Schneer's serve, a good one. Oden to Greenlee. Swing hit from House, Beautiful dig by Phillips. Zendoya sets Alfonso, but Kyler Greenlee is right there for the solo block on that kill attempt, and Hendrix gets the side out in the point as they lead now 14-13. Peyton Nance to serve, the libero for Hendrix. Hard serve, but into the top of the net, and it doesn't roll over, so Oglethorpe gets the side out at 14-all. Amelia Sangstock checks in for Sophia St. Clair. Sangstock will play the middle blocker spot. It's 14-all. Sophia Zendoya, our libero, to serve with it knotted at 14-all. Floater handled by Roth, quick to Catalina Williams, goes off the block. Zendoya to Phillips, dinked by Alfonso, blocked back, and Oglethorpe can't handle it. Jackie Schneer with a diving save attempt off that play as Oglethorpe falls behind 15-14. Kyler Greenlee goes back to serve. Perry Evans, the freshman right side hitter, checks in for the Warriors. This is a good hitting front line with Evans, Williams, and Payne across the front. Talking about good hitters, Ashlyn Stevens with the big hit right down the front of Catalina Williams and Lauren Payne. We needed that one. She ties it at 15. Kylie Zimmer now checks in for Stevens. Kylie Zimmer will serve and play the back line for Oglethorpe. Roth, a little bit of a difficulty. Greenlee goes to Payne, cross court. And once again, I'm telling you what, Lauren Payne has really gone cross court effectively. Sophia Zendoya has not had an answer on the digs today. I think that's the fourth or fifth kill out of 11 that Payne has had right at Zendoya, and she couldn't handle it. Lauren Payne to serve. Up one. Oglethorpe quicks to Sangstock, goes down the line, handled by Payne. They're going to set Fuller Freeman off the Sangstock block. Phillips is going to go outside to Alfonso. It's blocked back by Evans and Williams, and Zendoya can't save the ball off the block as Hendrix goes up 17-15. Schneer with a word of encouragement to Alfonso. Lauren Payne serving here. This one's right at Schneer, down the line, handled by Schneer. Phillips sets Alfonso to the outside. Beautiful change of pace, rolls it just over the block in front of Nance, and it is a kill for Oglethorpe. It is 17-16 now. Oglethorpe trails. Ellie Alfonso to serve. Hendrix needs to wipe up the floor, so we'll all take a breath, including me. It is 17-16. Hendrix leads. Ellie Alfonso to serve. Oglethorpe down one here in the third. Hendrix has won the first two sets, 25-20, 25-22. Alfonso goes down the line at Fuller Freeman. Hendrix sets Perry Evans. It's blocked. It's saved but sprayed back. Oglethorpe can't come up with it. Hendrix gets the side out. They take the 18-16 lead. Catalina Williams to serve, up two here in the third. Catalina Williams down the line at Alfonso, handled easily. They go outside. Phillips to Schneer. Schneer goes outside. It goes off the block, but comes down the net and precariously close, but it is wide. So it is a point and side out for Oglethorpe. A big side out. Sophia St. Clair checks in for Sangstock. Up to serve, down one, 18-17. Bassett, Phillips, and Schneer across the front. Zimmer and Alfonso on the back line with St. Clair. Perry Evans tries to dink one over, and it is blocked back by Schneer. Hendrix can't handle it. It's tied up at 18 now. Big play there. Again, it's one of those kind of plays that can really make a difference in a match. Sophia St. Clair now. Cross court, Fuller Freeman sprays her serve receive. Oglethorpe has to save it. Bassett goes back, diving save by Nance. Fuller Freeman goes cross court, saved by Sophia St. Clair. Schneer to Alfonso at the 10-foot line. Hendrix now bumps set to Evans, hammered off the block. Sophia St. Clair to Phillips to Alfonso. Unbelievable call. I am telling you what, that lines judge, that's his second miss. His second miss today. that can prove costly. At 17-all in the last set, he had a ball bounce in front of him. He clearly closed his eyes and he missed it, and that one was so far in and it was called long. You hate to see a team cheated by officiating. It's 19-18, Hendrix leads. Oden comes in to serve. Zimmer handles it. Phillips sets out to Schneier. Schneier goes cross court. It's saved, but saved over. Phillips goes quick to Bassett. She pushes it. It's on the line, and 1 out of 3 calls is not a good average, but we'll take it. The official rightly called it on the line. Wasn't sure what we were going to get. Didn't know if I needed to flip him a coin so he could flip it. It's 19-all here in the third. Gabby Phillips with it all tied up at 19. Nance to Greenlee. She goes tight to House, and it's blocked by Bassett and Schneier, and Oglethorpe takes the lead 20-19. Phillips, second serve, goes at Payne. Greenlee goes outside to Fuller Freeman. Off the block, Schneier saves it. Phillips back to Stevens. She rips it off the block, saved by Nance. Greenlee goes swing to House. There's no block answer. Bassett and Schneier couldn't get there and get up. And House with the swing kill makes it 20-all. Lauren Roth will check in for Megan Fuller Freeman. It's knotted at 20-all. Roth will serve. Alfonso Zendoya Schneier on the serve receive, back left to right. Roth to Schneier. Schneier's serve receive error cannot be recovered by Oglethorpe. Hendrix takes the lead. The defense really needs to get on their toes and buckle down right here. We can't afford any errors, any mistakes at this point on. 21-20, Hendrix leads. Roth goes short to Schneier, handled easily. Phillips goes back to Schneier. She dinks one over, diving save by Roth, but Hendrix can't come up with it. It's 21-all. 21-all. Scoreboard's wrong. They inadvertently just hit the point button twice. It's 21-all. Jackie Schneier to serve with it all knotted at 21 here in the third set. Hendrix won the first 2 sets. Schneier goes long, handled by Roth. Greenlee goes quick to House. Zendoya with the diving save. Schneier with a running save. Phillips free balls it over deep. Peyton Nance to Greenlee. They go outside to Payne. Beautiful block by Caitlin Bassett and Ashlyn Stevens. They team up with a much-needed timely block. Puts Oglethorpe up 1 in the third. It's 22-21, and this large crowd is getting into it. Schneier, serve, Oden to Greenlee, outside to Payne, off the block. Schneier saves it. Phillips to Alfonso. She dinks one over. Payne saves it. Greenlee to Nance, free balls it over short. Phillips pushes it smartly, handled by Oden on the run, outside to Payne, cross court, no touch, out of bounds. Oglethorpe takes a 23-21 lead. Hendrix players on their bench wanted it. There was going to be no call because there was no touch, but you just never know. Okay, across the front, Schneier goes short to Oden, to Greenlee. She goes on the swing to House. It's over the block, and the defense can't shift to handle that. It's 23-22. 23-22. Oglethorpe leads. Peyton Nance to serve. Oglethorpe trying to get the side out in the point and set up set point. Alfonso to Phillips. Stevens rolls over. House rips it. She's going to rip it wide. There is no touch. And it is 24-22. 24-22. Set point for Oglethorpe. Sophia Zendoya to serve. Amelia Sangstock checks in. Brittany receive for Hendrix. Zendoya going floater short. Oden to Greenlee. They're going outside to Payne. Beautiful block. Has Hendrix scrambling. They're going to have to free ball it over. Schneier handles it to Phillips. She's going to go back to Stevens. The freshman rips it. There is no touch. She tried to take just a little off, or maybe she got ahead in her approach, but there a little bit came off of it, and it flew long. 24-23, still set point on the serve receive for Oglethorpe as Kyler Greenlee serves. This one short. Snare handles it. They're going to go outside to Ellie Alfonso. She rips it off the block, handled by Payne. Greenlee's going to go back to Evans. Evans free balls it over. Phillips to Zendoya to Stevens. The freshman dinks it. Saved on a dive by Roth. Alfonso to Phillips. Outside to Alfonso. She's going to kill it, but diving save by Roth. Payne rips one down the middle. Lauren Roth just saved Hendrix by saving that point. She completely laid out, made a one-handed diving save. It knots it at 24. Kyler Greenlee's going to serve here. Alfonso, Schnare, and Zendoya on the serve receive. They go at Schnare. She handles it easily. Phillips goes outside to Alfonso. She rolls one over, handled by Greenlee. Nance has got a bump set it. Dinked by Payne. Oglethorpe goes to Alfonso. Evans, the freshman, goes off the block. Phillips to Zendoya to Stevens. High set, Stevens, handled by Nance. Greenlee goes quick to House. And that was just a case of a lot of effort getting in each other's way. A diving play by Ashlyn Stevens. Zendoya had to try to hurdle. 25-24, Hendrix here in the third. Serves at Alfonso. Schnare's got to save it. Phillips is going to free ball it over. Nance to Greenlee. She goes to House. Pushed, and it's going to be in for the kill. The defense came up to cover the dink. She nicely, smartly pushed it over.